Hello and welcome back to some more Genshin Impact. So, I'm over here. I'm going to be talking to Liben once more. So, confirm the exchange. And that is the last time I can do that with Liben. I don't know if he's going to have anything else after this, but now, before I go ahead and do the next part of Gorou's hangout event, I'm actually going to be doing this commission, because it is related to the Gourmet Supremos. There's Judong. Hey, traveler, nice to see you again. Anything I can help you with? Remember how I promised you a meal? I'm making preparations for it right now. We've been collecting fresh ingredients from everywhere to make a great meal. I've almost got enough ingredients, so I'm trying to figure out how to cook them. Where are Julie and Parvena? Well, Parvena is out tracking down more ingredients for the ultimate seasoning that she wanted to make. She took Julie outdoors with her on that search. They said they wouldn't go too far from town, though, so don't worry. However, I do need your help with something. Although I have a lot of fresh ingredients, I don't have the inspiration I need to make a breakthrough. Look at these: seagrass, sea ganoderma, and sakura bloom. They are quite fresh, but I have no idea where to start. I was going to ask a local chef in Inazuma for advice, but if I did that, I'd end up with the usual Inazuma cuisine. It's nothing new. So I thought of using Inazuman ingredients like the chefs from Liyue. That way I might be able to make something new and exciting. Traveler, could you please go to Liyue and consult Chef Mao of the Wanmin restaurant for me? Leave it to me. Thanks. I'll be waiting for you here. I hope Chef Mao has some good ideas. Okay, Wanmin restaurant. Paimon remembers that name. That's the restaurant something or other. It'd be great if we could ask Jungling for advice. Who knows, we might even get something that's got that boom shakalaka. Okay, talk to Chef Mao. Huh? Traveler? What are you doing here? Want me to whip something tasty up again? I'm actually here for your advice. The traveler tells Chef Mao about something. Judong went to Inazuma to cook? He really has quite a bit of determination. Do you know him? Sort of. We had a cooking rivalry once, and it was a stalemate. He said he wanted to travel the world looking for a breakthrough. I never thought he would actually do it. Still, it looks like he's hit a wall. Do you know what might help him? I can't guarantee it will work, but I'll try my best. Seagrass, sea ganoderma, and sakura bloom? These are strange ingredients. If I took the seagrass and sea ganoderma alone, I think I could make a dish. But we'll need some additional things. Traveler, could you please go and find some julienne chili and fowl for me? No problem. Thanks. Bring them to me once you get them. I already have them. So, have you gotten the julienne chili and fowl? Here you go. Oh wow, you can have over 1,000 fowl? That's crazy. Who said that's just plain stupid in the background there? That should be enough. Hold on a moment. I'll see what I can do with these ingredients. Chef Mao starts cooking. Done. Still, I feel like it's not all that different from the dishes I usually make. Take this dish back to Judong. Hopefully it'll solve his problem. Okay. Oh, you're back. What did Chef Mao say? And here's Chef Mao's special julienne chili chicken. Julienne chili chicken specially made by Chef Mao. Seagrass and sea cucumber were added in the process, and one wonders how the results might taste. Okay. This dish. Let me try it. The taste is great, and the combination of ingredients is also good, as expected of Chef Mao. However, I still feel like it's missing a little something. The boom shakalaka feeling, I suppose. I don't know. I'll think about it. At least Chef Mao has given me an idea. Thank you for your help. Please take these. Now, how on earth am I going to make a truly unique dish? There we go, that's done, and I can even go right here and claim my daily commission reward because... Okay, good. Unfortunately, the next commission for Neko didn't appear this time, so I'll have to do that on a different day. Okay, so now I have to go over and talk to Gorou about how to deal with the situation. Obviously, I'm going to have to choose a different path from what I chose before.
I could probably deal with her in back.
Okay, it's okay. Let's just ignore her.
You're right. I've heard Her Excellency say the same thing before. In any battle, you need to think about how to avoid your shortcomings. As long as I don't come into contact with Yae Miko, everything should be fine.
I'm pretty sure that this is one of the split paths. Actually, Yae Miko's not all bad.
Really? Well, it's a relief to hear that. In that case, I still have some business to take care of with the Yae Publishing House.
What is it?
They run a monthly magazine called That's Life, which has an advice column. Readers write in about their problems, and I'm responsible for responding to them. I'm not quite sure why they chose me, but it's my job now, and I can't give it up just like that. Yae Miko just handed me the latest batch of readers' letters. Let's find a place to write the replies, then pack them up and send them back to Yae Publishing House.
Okay then. We'll do just that. So go to a quiet spot and finish writing the replies.
Huh. This place looks nice and quiet. Why don't we write the replies here? The sooner I get them finished and handed back to the publisher, the sooner we can go do something else. I just hope I don't have another run-in with, you-know-who at the Yae Publishing House later. Anyway, the writing could take me some time. The questions I receive are often so strange that I have to think long and hard about how to best answer them.
I'll stay and keep you company.
Great. Let's write the replies together. I'm actually interested to hear your perspective.
I think that was another split path.
Let me see here. Let's start with this one. Today, a new guy came to our village. He was good-looking and had a lovely voice. When I peeked at him from behind the door, I felt my cheeks getting hotter, and my heart started beating faster and faster. See, I can tell right away that this is exactly the kind of question I'm no good at dealing with. The letter seems to be from a young lady, which is not a demographic where I can offer much expertise. What's your take?
It sounds like she's falling in love.
Well, I don't know what it's like to be in love, but if you say so, I think it makes sense. I'll reply like this then. It's likely that the feelings you're experiencing right now won't occur many times in your life. I urge you to summon the courage to seize this opportunity and see where it takes you, no matter where that may be.
More professional than I expected.
What? Really? But that's how it is in battle, too. Opportunities to seize victory are fleeting. When they arise, you have to capitalize on them right away. I imagine it's the same in love. That's my suggestion, anyway. Come on, let's read the next letter.
What does this one say?
My neighbor is always borrowing money from me, but never seems to be able to pay me back on time. I have tried subtly raising the issue in conversation several times, but he always finds a way to dodge my questions. He was kind to me when I was young. I don't want to make things ugly, but the money issue bothers me a lot. Please help me. If this is a dispute between neighbors, it must be settled as soon as possible. It's like when conflict arises between generals in the army. The proper policy is to resolve it without delay. The most important thing in military regulations is fairness. It is only right to pay back a debt. I want to suggest that the writer demands their money back in no uncertain terms. Do you think that makes sense?
Perhaps take a softer tone.
That makes sense too. Giving the neighbor an ultimatum would likely harm the relationship between them. But the letter also makes it clear that no matter how many hints the writer gives him, the neighbor won't return the money. In that case, how about we reply like this? Why not ask to borrow some money from your neighbor? Any sum he agrees to lend you can be used to offset the amount he owes. Even if he refuses to lend to you, at least by asking to borrow from him, you are sending him the message that your own financial position is far from optimal, and he will be unlikely to ask you for money again in the near future.
Are you sure that will work? I mean, it sounds like a interesting solution to me.
I don't know, but it's worth a try. The most important thing is to muster the courage to resist and not give the other person the impression that you're someone they can take advantage of. And we're done with that letter. The next one seems longer. Let me see. Hello, I was born on Narukami Island and now I'm a soldier in the Resistance. So, this is from one of my troops?
Is it someone you know?
Most likely, but I'm not sure who. Before passing any reader's letters on to me, Yae Publishing House has their staff copy each one by hand and redact all names in the process. So I can't be sure who exactly this is. I couldn't turn a blind eye to the Vision Hunt decree, and my anger drove me to join the Resistance. My comrades and I have fought side by side, and I have formed deep friendships with them.
I think I accidentally skipped some dialogue there by accident.
Since we achieved our goal and the war came to an end, I have remained on Watatsumi Island. But this is not my hometown, and I often find myself dreaming of the cherry blossoms falling on Narukami Island. I now don't know whether to stay here or return home. The Resistance has treated me well, and I've long been disillusioned by the shogunate, but my hometown tugs constantly at my heartstrings. How should I reply to him?
You'll have to answer this one, Gorou.
Let me think about it. To be blunt, I obviously don't want any soldiers under my command to leave. But if making them stay causes them pain, how are my actions any different from the Vision Hunt decree? I suppose I'll reply... Narukami Island has changed. You should go back and visit. That should do it.
Are you okay?
I'll be okay. Come on, let's finish the rest of the letters.
You helped Gorou write all the replies.
Thanks to you, writing the responses went very smoothly this time. Let's go and deliver them to the Yae Publishing House, shall we?
Okay then. So now it's all the way over there. Hand the finished replies over to Yae Publishing House, is what it says. Thankfully, that worked. There's been a little bit of lag.
Ah, great. That's all the replies for this round accounted for. Thank you for all your hard work, Miss He... Mr. Gorou.
Miss He?
Think nothing of it. I agreed to help, so it's only right that I do the best I can. Could I trouble you to come back to Watatsumi Island with me? I want to find that soldier. Not to persuade them to stay, I don't want them to leave without saying goodbye. Kazuha once told me that the bonds between people whose paths have crossed can never be broken, even after they part ways. But maybe I'm scared he might be wrong. People can change quickly, and I worry that the next time I meet my comrade, who fought so bravely alongside me, there will already be some distance between us.
Let's go visit them together.
Great. Then let's head off whenever you're ready.
Okay, chat with the soldiers on Watatsumi Island. There it is. A couple of guards. Toshihiko and one other guy.
General Gorou.
Denjiro.
And Captain of Swordfish too. General Captain, are you here to inspect the camp?
Not this time. I just thought I'd come by to catch up while everyone has some downtime.
Certainly, General Gorou. Anything you want to discuss, we'll share whatever we know.
That guy's mustache looks so out of place.
But we haven't been out of the camp lately, so we don't have a whole lot of interesting stories.
Actually, I've had something on my mind and wanted to ask everyone's thoughts on the matter. You see, after the war, Her Excellency streamlined the army and a lot of people were transferred to other duties. Do you still have much contact with each other?
To be honest, not much. We're so busy even with just training and patrolling that it's almost impossible to squeeze in the time to meet up. We have holidays, but we usually use them to go home and spend time with our nearest and dearest. And besides, everyone's vacations come at different times, and our schedules rarely overlap.
Yeah, I'm busy when they're free, and they're busy when I'm free. Anyway, even if we did manage to meet up, what then? We all do different jobs now, and we all have new friends who aren't mutually acquainted. I'm not sure what we'd talk about.
So that's really how it goes, huh?
We all go through it.
I know. It's okay. It just seems a pity. That's all.
You know, having said all that, there's something else that I've always felt about this.
Really?
Yes. I feel that no matter how long we're apart, and no matter what we might go through in the meantime, all of us will be straight back here if Watatsumi Island is ever in danger. Even if we've all changed beyond recognition, we can always trust that we've got each other's backs. And that's one thing that's never gonna change.
We're your troops, General Gorou. You trained us, you took us into battle, and led the way as we charged against the enemy. Even if we seldom keep in contact now, we are still brothers in arms. If you say the word, we will all pick up our weapons again at a moment's notice. Long live the resistance!
Yes. That's the way it should be. Long live the resistance!
Long live the resistance.
I won't disturb you any further. You guys keep training hard. Regarding everything else, I'm sure it'll all be fine.
After joking around with the soldiers for a time, you hear approaching footsteps.
Ah, General Gorou, you're here. I believe Hiroaki's been hoping to catch you. He's been waiting at the camp for a long time, but never saw you return. Are you planning to head back to camp later? If you're busy, I can go and let him know so he's not waiting there in vain.
Tell him I'll be right over. I know what I have to do now. Come with me. Let's head to the camp.
Okay then. So,
Denjiro is right. No matter what changes the future may bring, we will always have each other's backs. Sure, there may be some awkward silences when we meet again after a long time, but in no time at all, we'd be the best of friends again.
I always wonder why they have these weird, awkward running segments like
General
that.
Gorou?
Or walking segments.
I would like to request permission to leave the Resistance, sir.
Ah, so this is the guy who wrote that letter.
I know this may seem very abrupt, and in fact, I've only just made the decision.
It's all right.
Back then, I had so much hatred for the Vision Hunt decree, and so much disappointment in Narukami Island for supporting it. But after the war ended, I wanted to go back and visit, but I still couldn't make up my mind. Thanks to Miss Hina's encouragement, I was finally able to find the courage to talk to you about it. Of course, if you disapprove, I'll obey your orders. I am your subordinate, after all.
So Miss Hina is the pen name that Gorou uses, I believe. Miss Hina?
Miss Hina? Who's that?
It's a long story.
Forget it. Never mind her. I approve your application to leave the Resistance.
General Gorou.
Come on, don't look so down. It's not like we're never going to see each other again. If you ever have the time, you should come back and visit Watatsumi Island. There's no need to limit yourself to a specific place. Just do what you want to do. No matter where we are, we will always be comrades.
And besides, they're not that far away from each other.
Yes, General.
You send the soldiers off to the seashore.
I'll take my leave then. Take care of yourself, General Gorou.
Take care. That was okay. Or should I say, it was for the best. This is how it should be. It should leave you with a smile on your face. Just like this.
Oh. The smiling send-off. We smile when we part, so that we may smile when we meet again. Save that. Okay, cool. I noticed yeah, that over there. So I may as well solve this very fast. But, oh, I should... Whoops. No, not that. I should claim the ending reward here. There we go. So now, I I can see where the next one will be. I ended up taking the top path that time. So, the next time... Wait, maybe I took the top path the first time. Yeah, I took the top path the first time. Then I took the third path the second time. So, what I could do is I could select that, and that'll tell me to go over to the quiet spot in Inazuma, which is fairly close to the teleporter. Anyways, let's solve this puzzle very fast. Well, it's not really a puzzle. Unless it leads to some kind of puzzle. Like, it could be that it's actually related to a mechanism of some kind, which would be unfortunate for me, because I don't want to solve a mechanism right now. Kind of keep above it. This is reminding me a little bit of Assassin's Creed, where you stand above on the rooftops. What? Wait a second. Where are you? Oh. Now I think about it, it's unusual to see these kind of Sealies here. Usually it's the Electro Sealies in this place. Although I have seen these normal Sealies before.
It's my lucky day.
Leave me alone.
Let's play! Yahoo!
Say no more.
I just want my treasure chest.
What a find! I wonder how many bottles. Time for takeoff.
Okay,
Brace yourselves.
there we go.
Allow me.
May
Take
as
flight.
well deal as much damage as possible to these guys.
Embrace the ice.
I kind of messed up there and used their elemental burst when I didn't have to. No big deal. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do another quest right where those two guys
Come
are.
with me. Let us find shelter from the rain.
Oh, it's Xavier or whatever. This is the guy that was related to the... Man, I forgot what it was called already. I never thought I would forget the name of that. Wait. Ah, Sir Soldier. The line you just read lacks the right emotional gravitas. Samurai, like the wind sweeping the earth. Do you still remember what I said about the play? It is supposed to feel liberating and give the audience a sense of the vicissitudes of life. I said liberating. Liberating, you understand? This line is key to the whole play. You must express your emotions completely, fully, and perfectly. Moreover, don't swing your sword in such haste. He's not wielding a sword. Make sure you are in view, otherwise the film camera will not be able to capture your movements at all. Pose and then pause, okay? Stop for a moment, then slice downward with great force. But you can't swing your sword like that when you fight against people. True, but you have to tailor your acting to the production's needs. Well then, please ready up, and we shall give this another go. What are you doing? Oh, it's you! Ah, my dear boy, a fair wind must have blown you here. As you can see, I'm shooting a swashbuckler film with our good soldier here. I call it The Seventh Samurai. Oh, swashbuckler film is what I'm calling films of this genre. This sort of film shall have sword fighting scenes, and it shall take the viewers on an incredible journey across the battlefield. Well, that's the idea, at least. And how did you persuade him to help you out? Come now, our dear soldier understood me just fine. My main job, really, was to persuade Mr. Mikoshi Genjiro to allow me to make a film in Inazuma. Honestly, Mr. Mikoshi Genjiro is such a serious man. Fortunately, he is also most understanding. After I had a sincere talk with him, he accepted my request quite happily. But in exchange, I have to make a movie that has to do with the shogunate. Preferably with the samurai as the protagonist. But I was always interested in this sort of subject matter anyway, so of course I agreed to it. And Lord Mikoshi Genjiro was also very pleased. In addition to personally appointing our good soldier to go with me, he also assigned some skilled troops to me, and then he said, use these scenes of steel clashing against steel to display the majesty of the samurai and the shogunate. I have to say that Mr. Genjiro really is a man of vision to have grasped the potential of using films as a marketing tool so very quickly. And as for me, I will never refuse anything that will help me make my films. Is the production going well? To be honest, it's not going that well. While these soldiers are highly skilled in martial arts, they are not used to this kind of staged fighting. Not only are their sword movements too fast for the film camera to record, they sometimes even run outside of its view. Traveler, if you have the time, do you mind following my script and acting the story out for the soldiers to see? Oh no. I believe that with your strength and understanding, you will be able to perform brilliantly in front of the camera. They should be able to better understand the story after watching it from the spectator's point of view. Come, just read the script and its lines first. This part is mainly about fighting. The battle is lost, but even when imperiled, the samurai is still samurai. You are all certified scarecrows. What? What's that last one mean? The battle is lost. Ah, these are lines from another scene. This one is mainly about fighting, so there aren't that many lines. Alright, let me take a look at the script. Oh, by the way, you'll be playing the role of... I'll read what Xavier said after this. Act 5, Scene 3. Jusaburo leads the other samurai in a fierce battle with the thieves. The offensive led by Jusaburo gradually overpowers the thieves, scattering them in all directions. The lines are... Kyuzo. Come, Jusaburo. The thieves are getting away. And Jusaburo says, they won't give Taniko up that easily. Keep your eyes peeled. After defeating the thieves, Jusaburo looks around absently and calls out, the thieves! Where are the thieves? Kyuzo says, they've all been beaten. And Jusaburo stands on the spot, scanning his surroundings, and bursts into tears. So, this is gonna be interesting. Oh, by the way, you'll be playing the role of Jusaburo. Together with several companions, he is employed by the villagers to protect the village. In this scene, one of your companions, Kyuzo, has lines. I'll play his part, and the two of us will do a reading. Now you must embody the role, understand it. Just think of yourself as Jusaburo. I'm pretty sure I'm not pronouncing that name correctly. Do you understand? I am Jusaburo. Wonderful, splendid, bravo! Let me know when you're ready. I have to adjust the film camera's position. Okay, let's talk to Xavier again. Or Xavier, however you say his name. So, are you ready? Ready when you are. Wonderful, bravo! In that case, let's begin. I shall make a few adjustments to the film camera and call the soldiers back. Xavier starts adjusting the film camera. So there are still fools out there raising no doubt for the glory of food. What? No matter not. What am I supposed to do here? Do not leave the recording area. Whatever. You know what?
Hold the line.
Defeating these guys is easy enough. Come on.
Whirling snow.
Change position. Traveler, your line, read your line. I was expecting to have to actually select those dialogue options, and I didn't even get to read what was being said down below. Perfect, as expected of the hero of my heart. A perfect demonstration. You truly are a star. A what now? A star. That is to say, the most important actor in the film. Now then, Mr. Soldier, you saw that demonstration clearly, I trust? On the whole, yes. When swinging my blade, I should focus not so much on the action itself, but on the posture, yes? If you only require the posture, I have some ideas about that. Oh, that's wonderful. Please discuss this matter with your fellow soldiers, and we'll do another take in a while. You have my utmost gratitude for your help, traveler. Here, these are for you. What's the theme of your next film? The next film? Well, actually, I'm quite torn on what its topic should be myself. Should we do one about the various traditions of the Grand Narukami Shrine, or the tales of the Kitsune and the Tanuki? There are so many islands here in Inazuma, and so many stories to be told. But regardless, I have to finish producing the Seventh Samurai first. If this satisfies those fellows upstairs, I do suspect that future film projects shall progress much more smoothly. There we go. Whew. That actually finished pretty fast, so I guess there is another quest that I could do. I'm glad that I'm knocking out these quests though, because otherwise I'd never do it. Well, with how often you get timed events and stuff in this game. Greetings, Aether. Would you perhaps be at leisure to discuss a few matters? I don't mean to disturb you, but this matter is quite important. Her Excellency, the Divine Priestess, specifically said that you must be sought out for this task. Well, what's the matter then? Thanks to your aid, we were able to turn what was a disadvantageous battle with the shogunate around. As things stand, we should generally trend towards a lasting peace for now. We won back the peace, saw the Vision Hunt decree abolished, and the commissions that exploited us have been knocked off their perches. Our Omikami's bones have now found rest as well. This is all thanks to you. Please allow me to thank you once again on that account. And yet, the remaining Fatui have not given up their surveys of on Yashiori Island. This, even though they lost one harbinger in the conflict, and the other has gone missing. So they're still at it, huh? Watatsumi Island has been under an information blackout for a long time, and you can say that this and the war at large was how we came into contact with them. An awful way to make first contact, if you ask me. It seems that they had intended to drag this war out as long as possible while fanning the flames of vengeance amongst the people on both sides, thus increasing the intensity of the war. Between them and the Shogun's army, I'd say that they are the more dangerous foe by far. Well, yeah, the Fatui are kind of a big deal. If the war had dragged on, it would have resulted in even more serious economic hardship and social unrest. I imagine that would have given the Fatui even greater openings to increase their influence. Thankfully, Her Excellency, the Divine Priestess, discovered their plot in time, and with the valiant support of yourself and many other warriors, we were able to thwart that plot. What do you need me to do? According to our intel, there are some shogunate forces remaining on Yashiori Island who were heavily infiltrated by the Fatui. They're currently gathering information and plotting something, though we don't know what exactly. We originally didn't intend to ask you to do this, but the Divine Priestess believes you to be the safest choice for personnel when it comes to solving this matter. So please come with me to the final resting place of our Omikami and help me search for those people. However, let me first attempt to dissuade them with words. If they still attempt to stir up trouble and will not repent of their actions, then you shall speak with your sword. That simple? Oh, you find it simple. I suppose I should have expected that much of you. Perhaps it shall be a simple matter for you after all. The only issue, however, is that Well, you might be a little too famous. Our foes might recognize you on sight. But we don't have a lot of time to prepare any contingencies either. I have this. He's gonna use a mask, isn't he? Yep. Perfect. That's all he needs. I mean, they won't be able to tell at all that it's Aether, even though the rest of his body clearly says that it's Aether. Whatever. Yeah, she agrees. What pedestrian camouflage. I say that, but for some reason I almost didn't recognize you either, liar. It really has a very different feel compared to what one would expect from Aether, Captain of Swordfish 2, I mean. Well then, let's do this. Tell me once you're ready and we'll set out. I'm ready right now. Oh, where'd she go? Well, I guess she went all the way over there already. After this quest, I'm definitely going to be stopping, though. Go to Jakotsu Mine and negotiate with the Shogunate Samurai. Okay, then. Halt, commoners. This land is under Shogunate jurisdiction. Uninvolved personnel should leave immediately. Commoners? I am Shizuru, a special envoy of Sangonomiya, and I am here to survey the state of our great Omikami's final resting place. Did your superiors not inform you of my arrival? Sangonomiya's people? I've never heard of any such announcement. Please leave immediately. I believe this to contravene our previous ceasefire agreement. Sir Samurai, please report your name such that I may report your lack of courtesy to your superiors. My apologies, but I doubt that will be necessary, lady from Sangonomiya. I'm warning you again, don't come any closer to the cavern. If you continue provoking us... Ha! I doubt the crime of breaking the ceasefire is one that may be borne by an ordinary person. Indeed, the crime of breaking the ceasefire is not one that ordinary people can bear, and that is why I hope that you will cease blaspheming a god's divine form and leave our Omikami to his martyred rest in an orderly and safe manner. There we go. Ha! Divine form. Martyred rest? Poof. That's right. We've given you ample time to leave this place in an organized fashion. Ha! You Watatsumi folks sure know how to tell a joke. Is this why you fought? For a dead god? Please. Your great serpent has long become shiny rocks in a cave for us to forge into swords. You bowed down to that great serpent in the past, and now you bow down to the swords forged from its bones. Pretty similar fates, don't you think? Do watch your words, samurai. You didn't want to submit to the shogun, and we allowed you to make that choice, didn't we? Would not it have been nice too, living as loyal common subjects? Confused me for a second there. It was the shogun's mercy that permitted your survival, and you repay her graciousness with rebellion against the shogunate. Do you really think this temporary rebellion of yours will come to a good end? Humph. Well now, look what you've done. You've overturned the Vision Hunt decree. Wonderful. And how many livelihoods have you stolen in the process? How many sources of tax revenue? How are we going to eat, huh? If Lord Hiragi hadn't been dismissed on your account, we samurai wouldn't even be in the stump right now. Tch. Why am I even telling you all this anyway? You poor hillbillies don't even have the foggiest idea of what's what. Whatever, the very sight of you pisses me off. Now scram! Unless you really want to start something, of course. Lord Hiragi, you said? Haha. Don't worry, as I said, I'm not here to contravene the ceasefire. Rather, I'm here on orders from our divine priestess to eliminate those who plot to disrupt the peace. Aether, you may take them out now. Well, here we go then. What? We're being attacked!
Rest and rebuild!
Weaklings.
Think you can get away? Yahoo!
There we go. Oh wow, there's more of them.
Software swirl!
Kind of surprised by that.
Teach me a lesson.
Wait, really? Okay then. May as well do that again very fast.
Time for takeoff.
There we go. I did that way where I, you know, gave them the cryo
Train harder.
before using Venti's elemental burst because I knew it would make Venti's elemental burst into the cryo element or whatever. These seem to be sheets of paper torn from a ledger of accounts. Neat notes have been written upon them, the contents of which are a survey of the Jakotsu mine. Most of the materials here is related to the distribution of minerals, the feasibility of industrial production, and the possibility of establishing an outpost in this location. Other than that, there are notes regarding the electro wards left by the Raiden Shogun, the possible effects should the sealed remains of the god be released, with an attached addendum, an observational report of the afflicted in Higi village. Okay. The final section details the completion of a special operation. The whole report has been signed as being left by Fatui by the name of Nathan. Okay, that's probably what it meant. There's some finer notes on one corner of the paper. Prospective recruits who retrieve this report should head to the port on the island's eastern edge with all haste to rendezvous with your intelligence officer contact. The password is, "That's a killer joke." Is that where we're going? Go to the port to investigate the Fatui. Oh, somebody was saying something. Let me exit. So these samurai were with the Fatui. It says Her Excellency something or other. Doesn't matter. Oh, it's this little area. I've been here before. Mainly for commissions. Oh, that's a new looking... Oh wait, no, never mind. He's one of those hammer guys. Halt! Commoners, please leave this place. It's for your own safety. Wow, this is the most polite Fatui I've ever met. I apologize, but we are not commoners. We have come here with a specific purpose. That is to meet with our Fatui intelligence contact. I have no idea what you're talking about. This is private property. Please do not speak to us any further. What are you talking about? You're clearly a Fatui, dude. Wearing these extravagant clothes, arming yourselves with weapons that neither augur with the shogunate or blend in with Sangonomiya, in a terrible hurry and with malicious gleams in your eyes. You should probably pay a little bit more attention to your arts of disguise. Excuse me, did I look like I was joking just now? Alright, if you're not joking, then I shan't either. We came from Jakotsu Mine. Aether, show him proof of our intent. That's a killer joke. Well, welcome to the Fatui. I'm your contact, Naval Warrant Officer Borenka. But that'll be sir to both of you from now on. Got it? They told me that some dismissed, unsalaried, disgruntled elements of the Kanjo Commission would soon retrieve the items we wanted. But I really wasn't expecting just the two of you. I was led to believe that there'd be more people. Just a very impolite shrine maiden and an outlander? No samurai amongst you. Well, if nothing else, I guess that Hiragi Shinsuke has eclectic employment habits. It might be a long story. Sir? We experienced a certain change of management, let us say. I'm sure you understand that such sordid affairs tend to end with some people finding new employment, while others might find themselves making new bedfellows with the fishes. Sir? You got a point. Not that I care what happened to you beforehand, anyway. I just need the results. Speaking of which, Nathan's report, please. Then get on board. These are simple orders. Ones I'm sure you have no trouble seeing through, yes? Here's the report, sir. Very good. Well then, you're done here. Any further questions? Will we have any further missions, sir? That's none of my business. I'm just in charge of shipping you two back to Snezhnaya. What comes next is all up to our superiors. And there's been nothing from them so far, sir. What's that got to do with you? That's true, sir. Let's see. Is it time? Give me a moment. I want to see how much I can get. I'm still here, you know. What are you two going on about? My apologies, but there's still a lot we don't understand regarding the missions we might have to undertake in the future. Could you please explain at least a little of it to us, sir? I don't have to explain my orders. You can carry them out, or you can carry them out after I whip some sense into you. I'm sorry, I don't think you heard me right. Let's try this again. Could you kindly tell us every last thing you know about anything? Are you forgetting something here, recruit? Oh, you needn't fret about my memory. On the contrary, I've memorized everything you said quite well indeed. And I think I can say the same for the Sangonomiya officer with me. So Sangonomiya? I knew you were... Yes, very impressive deduction. Shame, I've just about had enough of your balderdash. Your clandestine operations on Yashiori Island, your incitement of radical elements within Watatsumi Island, the crime of destroying the wards, your soliciting of masterless samurai, plus your previous humiliation of a shrine maiden of Sangonomiya. I've faithfully recorded them all. The first few issues will be filed under our foreign relations memorandums, but as for that last problem, I hope you can take personal responsibility for that. Sir? I mean, I did warn you from the start. You should really have paid a little more attention to your arts of disguise. Take him out, Aether. Okay then.
Battle formation!
Clear your stations, you worthless units in and recruit. Clear your stations and make ready for combat. Out of my way, useless slugs. I'll be back once I've downed 2 bottles of fire water. Okay. May as well do that.
Get away? Let's play.
Go ahead and
I will have
do
order.
as much damage to these people as possible.
Hold the line. My apologies.
What? So it's up to me in the end, huh? Well,
Sakura swirl.
I couldn't read what he said. Not a big deal. There we go.
Take flight.
As long as I can keep her frozen, everything will be fine.
This is
I
order.
can do that as well.
Solidify.
Whirling snow.
She's almost a goner. I don't want to use Ayaka's elemental first yet. Okay, good. Shrine Maiden, and you, Outlander, do you really think he can escape the wrath of Snezhnaya? Seize your drivel. You can save it for Sangonomiya's fish, sir. Okay. Let's talk to Shizuru. How interesting. They were willing to get rid of everyone who even knew of this incident. Is this the sort of organization we're dealing with in the Fatui? There's nothing interesting about this. Really? I find all Outlanders who think differently from us quite fascinating. It's just that some are the good kind of interesting, others not so much. In any case, allow me to thank you for taking the time to help time out to help our divine priestess with this task. We now have all we need to prove our case against this Nathan. Our battle against the Fatui, at least in this matter, can be said to be concluded. What happened to Nathan anyway? That fellow claimed to be a Mondstatter, and that might even be true. Perhaps he is a Fatuz from Mondstadt. Maybe I was wrong and it really is Fatuz. I would consider him the epitome of why the Fatui are frightening foes. They eschew conventional warfare, instead shrewdly using internal division to sow chaos and reap the reward in the process. They know that our greatest obstacles come from within. As much as we'd like to suppress it, the flames of vengeance will not dissipate so simply. So this Nathan fellow disguised himself as a fellow freedom fighter, armed with slogans that were easy to identify with, and with an ice-cold heart, with which he pushed our most radical groups onto a path from which there was no returning. And he got away too. Well, or so he planned, at least. He has been punished for his crimes. Though if you ask me, being hurled into a lightless cell is too good for someone like him. And those people on Yashiori Island? Yes, and them too. You saw Nathan's reports. The inhabitants of the island were nothing but simple data points in his eyes. That disaster, I must confess that it utterly disrupted our Divine Priestess's plans and put us on an inexorable path to conflict escalation. But somehow we were able to win back the people's hearts and secure peace. Those of us who survived did not fail to live up to the wishes of those who gave their lives. We must now scrabble our way back to solid ground and begin to make amends for these losses. War is a river of bitter tears no ship can hope to ford, and its waves rage ever hither and thither in a swirl of utter discord. This is a line of one of our songs here in Watatsumi. It is perhaps for this reason that our Divine Priestess dislikes war. It's a shame that that kid Tepe did not have the fortune to see this new day come to pass. What a shame. Tepe was the guy who ended up aging rapidly because he had taken some kind of thing from the Fatui that increased his power, but the cost was basically his life. In any case, I don't doubt that the Fatui will try to check on this lost outpost again. But I do doubt that they'll try to mess with us rashly anytime soon. But I'll defer to our Divine Priestess's judgment on these matters. Anyway, enough of the sad stuff. That's the Fatui's remnants cleaned up, yes? You know what? I know of a good place for some grilled unagi. If you've got the time, we can go give it a try. Well, how about it, sir? I think that's the end of that quest. Oh, there was something here before, but I never got the chance to read it. Whatever. I'm pretty sure that was a note of some kind. So, yeah, this is where I'm going to be stopping. Thank you very much for watching. The next time I play, I'm going to be going ahead and continuing Gorou's hangout. And probably doing some more side quests as well. See you next time. Bye-bye.